Hello, everyone. Welcome to the client interview for today. How to earn $43,000 from an unconventional niche or niche. All right. So while we wait for Charles to hop on in, I'm going to have Charles hop on. Oh, there he goes. Okay, guys. So if you're tuning in live, let me know. #live. Yay, Charles.
Yay, Charles.
Yes. So guys, let me know if you're tuning in live, #live, and also definitely smash that heart button and #replay if you're watching this on the replay. Today I have an awesome Ignite client, Charles, who will get to know better and know his story. Really, his client still sends him payments with a check. Like in this digital day and age, this is still going on, and he has earned quite a bit from that business, his business. So before we get into that, I want to say welcome, Charles. Thank you for making it today. And also, let's go into your origin story. Let's take a step back before, like what got you started into, number one, why are your clients sending you checks instead of sending you normal payments? Like what kind of clients
normal payments
clients do you have? And then what series of events led you to this crazy world of being able to earn this kind of income and then having the ability to hire out a team, to have team members and systems in place? So just give me like your origin story, and it could be however long you want to go, but let me know like what series of events led you here.
Okay, series of events. So I was born on okay. So really, long story short, I was working as a technical writer, and I don't know, getting kind of a salary or like hourly, and that wasn't really for me. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. That's the way to kill it and make a whole bunch of money. And then that led me to Sam Ovens, like who has the consulting accelerator. And so I learned a lot from him, learned a lot from Troy Dean, and how to like kind of grow an agency. But so I guess that's how I ended up going from like doing work in real life to like doing tech and apps. And I went to a tech school in Massachusetts. That's where I was exposed to apps. And the movie The Social Network and the story of Mark Zuckerberg was really impactful to me. And I thought that like this is the way of the future. This is the way forward. Watching Steve Jobs announce the iPhone in 2007 was really impactful. I thought that moment changed everything, and it did. So anyhow, I've just spent a whole bunch of time trying to figure out like how do I capitalize on this, and that got me into learning how to build apps, but learning how to code and learning how that's just not enough. Learning how to code and build websites and apps, it's really part of the piece of the puzzle. It's not really the business side of things. How do you consistently make money? And so anyhow, Troy Dean and Sam Ovens help with like the booking clients and the building an agency aspect of things. But then having worked with a bunch of clients and getting checks, I got another check actually yesterday. It like, I don't know, there's a limit to how many clients you can have and work with one-on-one. And there's varying responsibilities. Like I do all kinds of things other than just building apps, building websites. I also like manage people's CRMs or CMSs, case management software for attorneys and stuff. And it's just a lot. And some like the clients that still send checks, to answer Kim's question, are generally larger organizations with like 80 employees, like 80 attorneys or like 80 like social caseworkers. Um, and I work with a lot of nonprofits, so they're generally behind on tech and just very old school in the way they do business. It's person to person client work, and their fiscal department just cuts checks and sends them out in the mail. And some employees don't even do direct deposit; they just come by and collect their check. I've seen it happen. So, but that's really, but that's but I guess what ultimately brought me to Kim is like where I was going, and I kind of don't speak linearly, but um, how do you duplicate yourself? How do you not have to like limit the amount of time that you work to the amount, like the time to money ratio? Like, how do I make more money in my sleep? How do I stop trading my time for money and paper checks that you have to take to the bank or take a picture of with your phone to deposit? And so I have been like in some other programs where they teach Facebook ads, but it's like, how do you, I don't know, when you, and I know that there's Facebook ads taught in this program as well, but like when you're first starting out and you don't have a big following, you're just an entrepreneur working, like how do you find your target group? How do you find who to market to? Who's going to see these Facebook ads? And what attracted me to GroupConvert Ignite was the idea that you could effectively grow, like organically grow an audience, grow a group of people who are interested in your skill set, what you're teaching, and monetize that. And while that's still a learning curve, there's a bunch of support in GroupConvert Ignite. Different to other programs, I've never received so much like individual support. And like when you trip and fall on your face, and you break your nose and you're bleeding on your shirt, like the team picks you up, and they dust you off and they try to get you off and back on track. So I really appreciate that about this community. And did I answer the question, Kim?
Yeah. Well, the question was what led you into this crazy world of like, scaling, having your clients. And yes, you took us through from when you were working to meet Troy Dean. And then Troy Dean, did you learn about Ignite because of Troy Dean? Or no, it was like separate?
No, that was a happy coincidence. So
Oh.
I learned about GroupConvert Ignite because I did see that Facebook groups were like a thing. Like it was becoming more important to have a Facebook group as a container to hold your audience in. And so I was hacking at it, and someone told me about another extension. I don't remember the name that was similar to your extension, Kim, but it didn't work. Like I found it. I got the trial. I don't remember. I think they had a trial. I downloaded the software to try it I just went through their documentation and it didn't work. And then I contacted support and didn't hear from them. And I was getting people into my Facebook group, but I wanted to collect their emails. And that wasn't working. And I needed another solution. So I jumped into Google and I searched for like alternatives to this software. And that's actually how I found you. And then I saw that Troy Dean endorsed it, and I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, cool." So I'm in. If it's good enough for Troy, and all his success, and all the help that I received from the people at WP Elevate, it's good enough for me. So I installed it. I installed your plugin, and everything was going good until, like the button was missing. But when I contacted your support, like immediate response from Michael and support. And I went through the documentation. I had done everything correctly. And this wasn't really like so much a software problem, but like your software issues, the like new Facebook interface. And anyhow, he sent me a video, a loom of actually you walking through how to troubleshoot that exact process. So I did exactly what you showed me in the video, and it worked. And so I was like, all right, cool, it works. And then I was contacted by someone on your team, and then they sold me. But that's that's how I found you. No, I didn't see a funnel. I didn't see anything. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's very organic.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like very organic. You want to do something, you try to search for it. I have a solution, while others didn't respond quickly and solve your problem, my team did. And then because we solve your smaller problems, you're like, well, where does this lead? And then we can help you with the next, beyond just collecting emails from your Facebook group, which is, I think, like that piece that makes it fun for me, and also life-changing for a lot of like the clients in Ignite. Like I feel like I owe them much more than just collecting emails. That it's like, it's a whole journey when you're trying to be this leader of your group, and you don't have to depend on ads. That's really important, that you don't have to depend on ads to still convert your people, and in a very organic way, tell them to buy your stuff and get into your world. I want to ask, and by the way, thank you so much for telling me all these nice things, because I'm like, yes, Michael is amazing. And and then my team member reached out. Good. Delia, I think she spoke with you, and because not a lot of people even know that this world exists, like that you can even get the emails, or you should even ask for emails. It's so layers upon layers of getting to us, where mentally you have to accept all these, shifts of your reality, which is like, oh, Facebook groups, oh, okay, emails, and then, oh, systemizing, and oh, what? Like, it just keeps getting deeper. So I like the fact that, number one, you do invest in yourself. You've invested in other coaching program, and you say that we give you a lot of support. And then number two, that we can help you go to the next step of scaling. So can you tell me what happened? Like, when you got into Ignite, and you said that when you fall on your face, we like dust you off and help you like pick you back up.
Gotcha.
You're not. So the misconception that we get from our program is, oh, I don't want to do a launch, so maybe, this won't help me. What we found out is that we do help you do your conversion event, and there's so much more to growing a business and having clients and everything than just a launch. So can you speak more on your experience in terms of how Ignite help you like find people, and what do you mean by systematize? Like, what? Let's dig a little bit deeper into that, if you want.
Sure.
What happened?
So I joined the program. And I think one of the things that separates GroupConvert Ignite from other programs is that I immediately had a meeting with Kim, and then Kim walked me through like the quick and dirty way to get started. Well, the fast track. She fast tracked.
Here's what's up.
Yeah. And so that was unique. That was a nice touch. And it felt really empowering, especially to hear directly from like the head honcho or honchess herself. So like a lot of times there's a bunch of coaches, and there are other coaches in Group Convert Ignite, but um it's not like when I joined WP Elevation, I got to meet directly with Troy Dean. Like there's a bunch of students, and I didn't get to meet with him directly. But anyhow, meeting with Kim immediately. But then as I started to go through the steps, I struggled a little bit because I'm like super detail oriented. And so, but I did get the slides done and start putting things together. The part where I fell on my face is that I overestimated the importance of the presentation, the live event, and underestimated the follow-up emails, like keeping people engaged and tagging people and other details, that as a first time launcher, I don't like I didn't know what I didn't know that I didn't know. Um, so I started failing with flying colors, and there's a concierge chat with coaches to help you, and um, they they leapt in trying to help me, and then Kim herself actually came to my rescue, and had a session with me to like look at the funnel that I put together based upon their model, and try to correct course. So that's what I mean by support when you fall on your face. And then they also have like experts in certain things. So like in my concierge chat is an expert in like Facebook chat engagement. That's Angel, and then Michael R. Not the same Michael from tech support, but Michael R. He's gone through this program and he knows it intimately. Like which is really important to me, like getting advice from someone who's been there. Kim's been there as well, and so um, when they tell you something, they know where you've been, know where you're going, and so it's really poignant, like information. So that's what I meant by that in course correcting. But even to the systematizing things, so I'm still doing the consulting and stuff. So but like as I'm trying to do it all, it's becoming overwhelming, or was becoming overwhelming, and a lot of times you have to like try to find people to work for you, like find VAs, find like there's a whole process of interviewing process, and like I'm not gonna promise that this is gonna happen all the time, but Angel was able to like point me in a direction of a short list of like VAs that she knew, and like really quickly I was able to like hire the VAs. Like it was like nearly overnight, and then like get advice on like basically how to assign tasks and like how to manage. And so it's not only the, I guess like Kim was saying, it's not only the Facebook group launching, the launching without, like there's a whole other aspect. It's a way of doing business, and then there are some things that are just business, like hiring a team, managing, like mindset, and there are those things too that have really helped me. Um, and so now that team is touching like every aspect of my business. Like they're like, so for some of those nonprofits, they're like updating website stuff. And for the first time in my life, I'll be sitting there doing a task like updating someone's website and be like, wait, I don't want to do this. I don't want to spend my time this way. I don't have to spend my time this way. Let me like put this on the, like in our project management software, and assign this out. Like this isn't the highest like priority. This isn't a revenue generating activity that I need to be working on. And so that has been really helpful. It's been tremendous. I think it's a really great value. And I don't know. I've not ever experienced anything like that. Like you need people to work with you. Boom, there's people to work with you. And yeah, so that was really huge. And I'm not going to say that like there's no learning curve with like managing people or anything, but like it's it was really huge.
Yeah, absolutely. You said something, and by the way, hey Cecilia, hey guys, there's 7 of you guys watching right now. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what states. Don't just be silent. Talk, say hi and ask questions. And like what I saw in, and there's something that you said for the first time in my life, which is incredible because you've had your business before us, and going about like, and you were in coaching programs and everything like that. So the switch was really like the convenience of, if you need help, it's there. And not only is it information, it's people and resources and things like
Right.
that. Um, I think you can by yourself go out there and hire and do all that stuff, but then it feels like a world of difference when you're supported by this team that's like, okay, what do you need? Here's the next thing that you can get, and here's how you can make it easier for yourself.
Right.
And then here's how the quick and dirty way to make money.
Yeah.
But yay, Cecilia's tuning in from Ohio. Welcome. So I want to ask you, why is it that you've actually invested in quite a few, I don't know if it's many, but you've invested in coaching programs before. Was it because the other coaching programs were just like lacking in general like business scaling, or it's just like completely different? And were you expecting that we would be helping you with all the things that we're helping you do before you joined? Like, was that like part of your expectations, or was it you were surprised by it, or
It was
it's
a
like,
happy
oh,
surprise. Yeah, and I'm really bad at asking for help. And even with the concierge chat being there, like I'm the type of person like I'm gonna make this work now. And like I I really appreciate the support. And to Michael and Angel's credit, like they'll reach out and say, how are things going? What are the goals for this week? And what are some wins from this? Like, so even though I'm bad at engaging the concierge chat, like the support system doesn't go away. They don't just say, well, if he's not going to talk to us, we're going to go get smoothies. They're consistent and like reaching out. So I really appreciate that. And then that helps me like come out of my shell and say, wait, I'm not alone. And then start sharing. And then um, Michael jumped on a Zoom with me and like walked me through some ways of like managing the projects, managing the VAs, time management, and sorting out like what are the things that I need to delegate, what are the things. So that's huge. I'm blanking on the rest of the other program. So the other program, it's not so like with Troy Dean, his thing is like WordPress and like growing an agency that builds WordPress websites. So his focus is on, for instance, getting not undervaluing your abilities, conveying the value of your services and getting paid. But it's not, that doesn't really include like how to build a team, at least. And not to say that it doesn't include it now, it's just at the time that I was in, it wasn't a focus. So a lot of people came with teams already. In my case, it's just me. So figuring out how to build a team, that wasn't available to me. Another program like they said you need a team, but like, and then like this is how we write SOPs or like write like job descriptions, and like and these are the places we go look for people. But that there's still a lot. There's like a lot of interviewing. There's a lot of trial and error and figuring things out. Like, where do I don't know. And then a lot of the sources were like really expensive. Like, it's like I'm not making millions of dollars yet, so I can't pay someone like $70,000 or like $5,000 a month to just do that one task. I need the money to go a little bit further. So that created a gap. And then some of the other programs were like really focused on like just Facebook ads, and I was seeing people around me in business, and like even people with Facebook ad managers just throw money down the drain, like spend $80,000 on ads and then not really make any money. There was no ROI on that investment, which is crazy. I would be really sad. Um, like
I
real
would
sad.
think
My
that
like
too.
hospitalized sad. Yeah. If that happened to me. So yeah, so those are some of the gaps. So that's why growing an audience in a Facebook group or like without ads was really attractive. I was not expecting the support system. um I don't know. I don't know. Maybe even if there was a service that was just a support system, like without any of the other stuff, like I would I would subscribe to that. I would like take that investment. Because like being an entrepreneur is often lonely, and like that's why the whole solopreneur, lonelypreneur, just all the blankpreneur thing terms exist, because it does get lonely. And so this completely removes the loneliness. You have people that have been there and they give you really great advice that's actionable, and they push you to take the action and they keep you accountable, which is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Charles. Such nice words. Definitely. Sometimes when I join a coaching company, the presence of other people and the atmosphere and the feeling of like support um, really makes a huge difference when it comes to being brave for me about what I want to do. And then it shows up in other areas of my business, like confidence. So I want to talk about like your acquiring your clients, making that 43K. Like, is it from existing? Like, what effects did it help uh, in terms of like earning your actual income? Like, how did that support help you in that manner? And I don't know, you can answer it whatever way you want. I'm just curious on like it's not, you didn't do a crazy launch, but you
Right.
got help in other areas, which you're like, hey, like it really helped me move forward, and it allowed me to do this. So what doors opened up for you is in terms of revenue or opportunities, things like that, or time?
Okay. So that's real easy. So it's the team, like building the team and hiring like two VAs at once, even though I didn't use up all of the time they had available. Like for the first month, both VAs did, and this is across a month, just did like 20 to 25 hours each. That's 20 to 25 hours that I didn't put into work. I wasn't physically doing that work. I was doing other work. So like it's like my work and then another 50 hours of work. Like I don't know, it's like being able to clone yourself to some extent, because like even if the VAs aren't able to do all of the things that you're able to do, they're still able to do a lot of work that you would have to do. Like so that was really huge. And that also gives me 50 hours to put into like Facebook groups, like building communities, reaching out, um creating leads. So like some of that time I took to creating another Facebook group. And out of that Facebook group, out of that community, like I got $20,000, and like from doing that. And it wasn't a launch scenario, but it's like creating a group, building a community in the group, and then people, because I'm not the greatest salesperson, and this process is helping me with that, but it's still an area for growth. But like people seeing your skills and seeing how you show up in the group and then wanting to work with you, that resulted in 20K. And more, and because they enjoy the quality of the group and like the community and the people in the group, and it's the right people, like it's an actual community. People invite other people and say like, you have to be in this group. And that's nothing that it's not like I'm asking people to do that. They just feel welcome, and so they want other people that they care about in the same niche to like enjoy that experience. And so it's like advertisement that you're not physically doing. It's word of mouth, which is kind of like my business with the companies. It's word of mouth. And Kim has a lot of material, like a lot, like drinking out of a fire hose, a lot. And I don't know how many lifetimes it'll take to like go through that material and digest it and take action on it all. But like I say that to say that like based upon the little bit that I've implemented in the program, like I've gotten a pretty big yield, like a pretty big return, and just building a community and thinking about like, well, there's this new niche, well, we'll build a community for them. And then like when I get like, I have to build a whole deck and everything for that, but money's coming out of there without even doing that launch. And so and the reason I said all those other resources is as I go back through and implement more and more and more, because I'm seeing that with each launch, you're stacking more implementation, because it's kind of difficult to jump to Kim status out of the gate. But with each launch, you're gonna get better and better. You're gonna see what mistakes you made, and you're gonna grow. And you're from what I'm seeing from other people in the community, it just gets better and better. And I expect to see the same.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm always trying to evolve you guys. I'm like, well, this is working, so we should try this. And I really like everyone moves at their own pace, but would you say you got your return on your investment coming into Ignite? How long did it take you to feel like you got a return on investment for you? And was it like many months? How, like, what in your head? Yeah.
I would say like last month, because last 1 or 2 months ago, because that's when I hired the VAs. Like I hit a wall. I was like, this is overwhelming. Hired the VAs. The second group was growing, and people were interested in my help building out funnels for them, and so that's where the 20K came from.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's great. And go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so I guess I've been here since February, so you guys do the math. It's now June.
Yeah, February, March, April, May. So May is last month. So 3 months, right?
Right, and I guess we still have 9 to go. So
yeah, and you're coming to our live event.
Right. So I
Yay!
expect big things for that.
Yeah, no, we have a Grant coming, and he's sold over $1 million from stage. He's gonna be at our event and helping us too. And he's like a badass with sales. It's gonna be cool. We're I'm investing a lot of the resources into this event, so it's gonna be a blast. I'm really excited. So we're just hoping, like for me, I'm hoping to bring everyone together, and the goal is, hey, let's try to break even though we put a lot of money. We spent over $40,000 so far in this event, and I'm expecting to spend like another 20K more, I think. And so it's a big mansion, but it's a smaller event. It's not hundreds of people, it's 65, so we can see each other, talk to each other, and not get lost. And then we're actually going to be positioning you to close deals at the event itself, so that you walk away like setting calls and closing deals. So that's something
Looking
that
forward
I'm
to that.
adding. That's going to be a very big part of the event, along with the other speakers. So I think it's going to be amazing. So with that said, so I want to talk about, so all right, let's see. It's a year-long program. You got your ROI back within 3 months. Some people get it back like 1 month. Some people take a little bit longer. But you didn't even do like this gigantic launch. You just like took the information and the support, and then you went about it your own speed, your own way, and then definitely hiring. If you were not to join Ignite, and I'm not saying like, can you predict the past? Can you predict the future or anything like that? But if you didn't join Ignite, where do you think you would be, or what path would you have taken instead? Just like your own guess.
So I definitely would not likely have the team, because that was like hitting the easy button. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial, but you hit the easy button, your problems are solved. It was like Staples or Home Depot gimmick, but that was really huge. So I would be way more stressed out right now, and I wouldn't have the capacity to do the work that I'm doing. So revenue may be lower, or I would have far less sleep and look like a homeless man because I'm not taking care of myself. And so that's likely what would have happened. And then also this perspective as looking at the Facebook group or the community as a way for like actually building. You're focused on building community, but you're also getting revenue. So like, and I think that was a big paradigm shift for me, because every time I see these large Facebook groups, like they're just a bunch of people posting, but like the idea of like you have all these people here and you can there's money to be made, not like you're just like preying on people, but they're there for a reason. They're there because of common interests, and they have common problems, and if you can solve them and charge a fair price to solve their problem, and they're willing to pay, like there's money to be made. And so that simple truth, I don't know, it's just really applicable to business. It's a huge missed opportunity in a lot of cases. A lot of people have huge mailing lists as well, and they don't take advantage of it. So it's a similar problem. So I have every intention of doing a launch. I did a launch, I just failed like really miserably. But so I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep like implement. I have 9 months before I don't get to talk to Kim anymore and see her smiling
Hey, this
face
is
and
a
her laughter.
multi-year journey, dude. I'll see you next year.
But yeah, I'm I'm d- I do see there are things I'm gonna have to train up the team to be able to help me manage the launch. There's and like fix all those holes because I do think it's possible because I see other people do it. I just again I didn't know what I didn't know that I didn't know. So now I know, and you know better, you do better. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah, I'll wrap
Yeah.
up right there.
That's great, Charles. You know, even if you don't do another launch, you're doing okay. It's totally fine. Like Rashida, she did $17,000 without a launch, and Jamie did $60,000, and she like barely did a launch. So doesn't you don't it's not launch dependent. What's valuable, what you said was you created a whole little community, a second Facebook group, and you got $20,000. How many people were in that group at that time that you like had that
Just
income?
28. Just 28.
Yeah.
It's just 28 people. Yeah.
Do you hear that, folks? Let's stop the tracks here. 28 people in a small, teeny group have generated $20,000 for Charles. And this is something I've kind of been preaching for a long time with Ignite. It's, hey, Facebook groups are very powerful. If you nurture your people, even if it's a smaller one, there is money to be made, and there's great, and everyone wins. Like they win because they figure out you have this amazing ability to help them, and you have a price and they're willing to pay it. And yeah, 28 people. So yes, good job. Oh, Rashida's watching. Yay, Rashida. I was just talking about you. But yeah.
Her ears were burning.
But yeah, like 28. That's amazing. That's incredible. Like Rochelle, her group was 40 and she got it to 70, and then she did 23,000, and she was like, "Whoa, this is kind of crazy." And I think knowing that world exists and it's real and it's there for you, what is your how has your future kind of shifted in terms of your expectations of yourself, like in terms of like what kind of business you're growing? Have things changed, or were you kind of always like, well, things haven't changed, I just like figured out some more pieces of this puzzle so I can get to where I want to be faster? Or has things changed? For example, Tyler, before he joined Ignite, he was like, I just want more people to enroll in my program because it's awesome. Why aren't people coming in there? You know, I have amazing testimonials. To, I'm going to create a nonprofit. So it's like a big shift because of how powerful he saw a small group can do, and you know, the type of like changes that you can make if you approach it the right way. So have things changed for you, Charles, in terms of your perspective? What do you see yourself doing in the next year?
I see more possibility. I don't know, and possibility in terms of more can be done. I'm not so restricted because I have the team, and as the team gets better and knows the systems more and can be on autopilot, I can focus on growing larger groups, because if everyone can have pretty good success with small groups, like you just said, Kim, then as the groups scale, like there can only be more success. And I know that like for the 28 group. That would change the dynamic of the group to grow that group. But Kim has a million little pieces of the puzzle. Kim is one of those 1,000-piece puzzles that you dump out onto the table, and you have to organize this. All this blue is sky, all this green is grass. So there's plenty of pieces of the puzzle to like implement and like get incrementally better. But the awesome thing is like the support team. They're like, we already solved this puzzle. Like this is for your business and what you're doing. You need to go do this right now. And I don't know. So with their support and we have weekly calls with Kim where she's sharing what she's learning from her mentors and her just her investments in herself. And that helps with mindset. And so it all comes together. So I can't honestly, I personally didn't take like a hard pivot. But I do see that with the support and with the resources and with Kim showing up the way she's showing up and the rest of the team, I don't know every team member, but in my group, like there's Michael R and Angel, like there's and Mispa on the chat bots, and Mutita, and like there's a lot of people to help you with different aspects of your business, and so it's going to continue to evolve for me. I'm committed to success in here, and I just look forward to incremental success. You guys see me again, I may be a millionaire, and thanks to Kim, but I don't know. We'll see where I'm at the next time you guys see me, but I'm really pleased with the exposure, at least to the knowledge, for now.
Yeah. Well, you remember the coaches by name. Do you go to Bo's session? High ticket.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I left out Bo. How could I leave out Bo with all that energy? She's great. I've been super busy and still honestly feeling kind of, I don't feel like I have enough time still with the VAs. So like I'm really working on the like empowering them to do things by themselves. And I don't know. I still have a lot of work to do on that and managing the clients. I got to get better at that. But at one point I was going to all the sessions, and they're all actually very great. And you learn a lot. Like I'm in tech, so like picking up the bot thing may be easier for me than others, but like I was honestly able to pick up building those bots, like built out the 7-figure bot, like so just a lot of value. And yeah, I don't know. It's great.
Thank you, Charles. Would you say I don't know how to respond to that. What I go is I don't know. What I do is like, okay, thank you. I am glad that you got into the program because you invested pretty like you invest in yourself really regularly. I feel like you just you invest in other programs, you gave us a try, you're still with us. And one of the things that I feel makes you successful is that you're open-minded and just trying things out and just doing it. Even if you fail, you'll get up and continue trying other things. So what you said that stood out to me was that there's a million pieces to this a puzzle, and you can go and pick up a small one piece here and one piece there and still win. Like you can pull out some golden nuggets and run with it and succeed in your way. So I want to ask on that note, yeah, actually that was my question that I made into a statement. Like how do you feel? Yes, I came back to my question. So in terms of your ROI and in terms of how you feel getting like, hey, this is a good investment, what is the amount of consumption that you had to do to get to that point of this program is amazing, it's worth it? Like, was it as soon as you saw that there was a lot more support than you expected? Was it when you hired and you felt like it was so easy because someone else was like, hey, I found someone for you, here you go? What made you, how much of the course and of the material did you feel like you had to consume to reach to a point of success, is my question. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm one of those people that if the program isn't drip fed, I'll go and try to watch everything, and like see where I'm going, see where this train is going. But when I tried to do that with your program, that was a mistake. I was like a mouse in a cookie factory, and it was just like way too much. So I needed to like go back to our initial meeting and just do your quick and dirty path to money. But within that though, there was a lot there. There's like actually a lot of subtasks. I would say that for every business in any niche, there's a lot here, especially because like like the automation that can apply to any business. Bo's sales tips, that's any business, whether it's like online or like, I don't know, tangible things. Like if you're selling solar panels or selling whatever, you need that session. Kim's mindset session, and like the session where she does Q&A and like that. So I would say I actually kind of did myself a disservice when I tried to watch all the content. You get the most value here where you take action, because I learned more from when I took action based upon like what Kim and I worked out in our first session. And like I got the assets together, I got the slides together, and I was presenting. But then I was like, man, it's kind of crickets, and I feel weird here just talking by myself. And then, oh man, I didn't tag people. Like I need to tag people. I thought just because they're in my group, Facebook was gonna let them know. But so, and when you jump in and take action, like massive imperfect action, like that's when you learn the most. And then there's the resources between the concierge chat, like the support team helping you fix those mistakes, and then or pointing you to the actual video and the sea of videos that you need to watch to correct that issue. Or like you get stuck on a bot, like you can go back to one of the bot trainings and digest like the setup. And then there's also plug and play templates for some of the bots that you can just take and modify. But I will say that I think there's a tipping point that once you have the entire system built out, like you built, because it's cool, like even though however long it takes you to build out those slides for all of the challenge days, you're only going to have to do that once, really. And then like granted that you don't change your entire program, your offer, you do that once, and then like you may make some changes here or there, but then the next time, like that's done. Then the next time you work on your bot, your challenge bot, and then the next time you work on another piece, you add more emails to your follow-up sequences, and then you look around, and then you have like this giant money-making machine. And then as you walk through the different modules at that point, like there's going to be more and more to add on to tighten up the system, and your coaches are there to help increase conversions. And I'm not at that point, but I do see that value in the program, and I do see that empowerment. And so like when you swing, you miss, it's not a complete loss. It's not like you wasted all that time, because you still have all the work that you did, and you just stack on it.
Yeah, that's Great, Charles. That's amazing. My question was more, maybe let me rephrase it. Like, how much do you have to consume to get success, do you feel? Because you didn't watch all of the videos. You didn't, uh, it wasn't, is it set up in a way where you have to like watch a million videos and do a million things to have you reach your point of success? Like, what do you
I don't
consume?
think
Showed up
so.
to calls, you show. So my question is, how? What are the things that you consumed inside of Ignite that that help you and gave you results? Which is, for example, like Adam, he said, you know, he actually just bare bones barely took a lot of things in Ignite. He got in and he had a call. He had what he had to say for his launch. He did his launch, and then that was it. He's like, that's all. I he didn't show up to any really any calls, and that's what led to his success. So for you,
I see.
the reason why I asked this is because to have it be transparent to whoever's, you know, coming into Ignite, hey, like this is my path that I took weaving through the program, and you know, and then it got me these results. So
Gotcha. So it wasn't a lot. It was conceptual. So like I was saying, with the group of 28, it's like based upon what you did with the, and I don't know what audience I'm talking to, but like the whole chat, like the whole Chrome extension thing, the whole idea of kind of like the SaaS idea. You have a piece of software that you can infinitely duplicate and sell. So he can't stop talking about the support. It must be fired. It is pretty good. Um, but so what I took from that is like, and I'm in software. Like I have apps on the App Store that have made money, like, but they're not apps on the App Store don't make the same amount of money that like these Chrome extensions can make. Like I'm not selling an app for $300 or like $30 a month. So what I took from that is like I built out a funnel that I could basically duplicate on many servers, and then I could white label it for the client, and then I could sell it for $10,000, and then like walk them through the nuances of customizing it for them. So that's how. So it was just a concept that I was already familiar with, by the context of communities and groups. I hadn't thought of it like that. The way I was doing it with software was like I would find like a giant Facebook group like with a bunch of people who were fans of DC Comics, and then I would make like a comic trivia app, and then they would download it, but I wasn't selling the app to them. I was like, they were being faced with ads, and then there was like consumable things in there that they would buy, and like they would buy skips, or they would buy, I don't know, remove ad things. And so that's nickel and diming. I hadn't thought of it in terms of like creating a piece of software that is duplicatable and you can charge a premium for it. And that concept alone like allowed me to pivot. And then also a lot of my clients were local originally. And the clients that still send me checks, those are mostly local people. But like with this new Facebook paradigm and the whole, I don't know, online business, I have clients in different parts of the country, like Houston and New York and wherever, just all around, North Carolina. So that wasn't something that I was doing before. Like people that were giving me money had seen me in real life. People now, since GroupConvert, like they had, I don't know, it's just a Zoom meeting, walk through some stuff, send them a questionnaire, get to setting up. So anyhow, it wasn't a lot. So I still have a lot to do as far as capitalizing on like a live launch and the email like that, and the giveaways and the bots and all that, all the other stuff that is taught, the stuff that's a part of like Kim's funnel. I haven't even scratched the surface there, but just the concept of the SaaS model and charging a premium, and then charging for maintenance and hosting, and like for the recurring monthly on top of the premium, that really helped me with that.
Yeah, I love that. I love your shift from local people, local income, to now you have clients and students or clients from all over the place. So maybe if you go to there, this is what I like to do. If I travel somewhere, I'm like, who's here? Like my people. I went to Mexico, Tulum. I'm like, who is in Tulum right now? And one of my clients actually lived there, and he's like, oh, let me show you around. So super cool. And I think that's also why I love software. I love the fact that you can ascend people into higher premium. You got into our higher ticket program because of a Chrome extension that is like $10 a month.
Yeah.
So there are like the mere existence of knowing that type of ascension model really opens up this world of possibilities where you can be paid a lot more than trying to find $1,010 clients, $10
Right.
clients. So amazing. Yay. You scratched the I mean, you're with us for another 9 months. So, plenty of time. I just love your attitude, Charles. I love that you just go for it. You invest in yourself. You invest in, you hire your people, and I see that you will keep on growing and automating and just taking this to another level. We just, like our own team, we just won the 2 Comma Club Award, which is like a ClickFunnels earning over $1 million with a funnel. So it's like, yay, this is where we're at. And then maybe next year we'll be at another place. And during that meantime, I'm going to teach as much as I can possibly teach to you guys. Hey, like this is this level, and then this is this level, and you'll keep growing with us throughout the year. So I think that's to me, that excites me the most, that as I'm growing, as we as a team are growing, we're pulling you guys this way.
Yeah.
So yeah. So all right, whenever I do an interview, I usually go for an hour, Charles. And I feel like it went by pretty fast. So let's close up this interview with, if someone's on the fence of joining Ignite, what would you say to them? And also, where can they go to follow you? What is the name of your group? How can they find you online?
Okay. If you're on the fence about joining GroupConvert Ignite, like I said before, and someone commented about how many times I mentioned the support in the concierge chat, that's huge. And that may be worth it by itself, that support. Because if you were to, I don't know, it's like you pay one price and you get all of the coaches that you meet throughout the week who are experts in their various areas, and then they also support you. Like you also have the support team, and then you have Kim, like you have your session with Kim initially, and then she's one of the coaches throughout the week. I don't know, that aspect of it may be worth the investment by itself, because you're definitely going to get unstuck. Wherever you're stuck, they'll help you get out of that. And then where you can reach me, I'm Charles M. Curry, on like all together, Charles M. Curry, the handle on everything. And then my one of my Facebook groups is Codeless Launch. Codeless Launch is the one of the brands that I'm trying to grow with the Facebook group. The other one's more private, so I won't just blast that. But anyhow, that I don't know. Hopefully, I helped Kim.
Charles, you're so funny. Oh man. I can tell you don't do like a million, you don't do all these interviews every single week,
Yeah, I
right?
don't.
You're like
I do not.
like in your world.
Yeah, this is it. Me sitting in front of this desk by myself. Yeah, that's my life. Sometimes
Oh,
my dog checks if I'm alive.
oh man, I love it. I interviewed Ben Adler, one of my Chromebots clients, a few weeks ago, and he's like very much just he doesn't do all these interviews, so I can kind of tell a little bit. But it like I can see like the genuine like of your answer. It's really not like um it's not gregarious. It's not like all floofy or anything like that. It's very real, and so yeah. So
We all
one last
can't be blessed with an amazing personality like you can.
shut up. Charles. No. Anyways, I like how so genuine you are, and yeah, and I love the fact that it isn't a me; it's me plus my team. And do you feel like, I mean, supported tech wise, but do you feel supported? Um, like, do you feel like they emit this genuine like aura to them? Like, I sometimes it amazes me how helpful and nice and genuine the team that I've put together became. And anyways, I guess this is just a conversation between you and me at this point. All right. But
To answer it
Charles,
real quick, though, I think it starts at the top. You're a super genuine person, like transparent. You show up that way and you attract those people, and those are the people on your team. So, like, it always starts at the top with the first person to start the organization. And the people on the team, like people in my concierge chat, Angel and Michael, are super down to earth and like real and transparent. And Angel shares more than Michael, um, but I always feel genuineness when they show up. So it's a
yeah.
cultural thing that you set in place.
Oh, so nice. I love doing these client interviews. Feels so nice. It tugs at my heart. Um, well, thank you, Charles, for interrupting your day to day in your in your office with your dog to come in here and have a chat with me. I really appreciate it. So, guys, follow Charles Codeless Launch, and you can find him. I'm going to tag him in this interview description too. If they have any like kind of questions, I don't know if they will, but if they do, can they like poke at you on Facebook and ask you any questions
Yeah,
about?
feel free. I apologize for any delay. Facebook gives me anxiety. So like I will get back to you ASAP. I ignore my coaches too. I don't ignore them. I just see their messages late. So I will answer everyone's questions as soon as I get to it.
You protect your mental health and your time, so
Yeah.
that's good. All right, well, okay, you guys, that's it for today. I'm gonna click end broadcast. Make sure that you go and you attend the VIP session a little bit later on. So hashtag VIP if you want me to show you how to build a welcome bot. So welcome to your group bot. It's gonna be fun. It's like Build-A-Bear together, but bot. And
Build a
I'll
bot.
see you guys there. Hashtag VIP if you want to be invited to it. It's a Zoom room. It's not going to be broadcasted. So let me know, and I will see you guys there. Clicking end broadcast. Oh yeah. If you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.